Alright, welcome back to another episode of Kira Kira. The previous episode of the road to... what's it called again? Oh my god. Oh, Nagoya. On the way to Nagoya, we stopped at a near restaurant, perform, gain some cash, ate some nice food, and then we get to Nagoya, and then the music up, and the owner was kinda not pleased with the main character not being a real waifu. So he forcefully made him dress up into one because of his fetishes. Then we went out around town looking for some nice clothes for my Jiva. But Ferris wheel that is not a Ferris wheel. What else? Oh, and the group is thinking of making another new song. Who knows when that will come up, though. Anyways, while we practice singing and planning tomorrow's performance, the sun goes down. We load the equipment into the van and take a little break. Then we realize how exhausted we all are. It's from the long distance drive from Tokyo to Nagoya, and also from being a transvestite. The girls sleep in the tent. I make bed in the car, but it's too small and I can't even sleep. After thinking about it, I put the sleeping bag on top of the car.
何やってるの?
Shooting beams. That explains why the clouds are apart like this. Why? I thought this might feel good. It's great. I can sleep under the starry sky and it's cool too.
へえ、じゃあ私も一緒に寝てみようかな。同じ布団に潜って。
What the heck are you talking about?
冗談を言ってるんだけど?
I knew that.
だって虫に刺されちゃうし、寝返り打ったら落っこちちゃうしな。
That's true.
でも、昔はよく一緒に寝たよね。懐かしい。あ、ジュース買ってきたんだけど飲む?
She passes me the can of juice and she puts the rest in the cooler box. I pull her hand to help her up to the top of the car.
こういうとこに登ると、子供の頃に戻ったみたいだね。
Jenny talks with a smile. Where are Kashiwara and Kirari? She tells me that they are still at the convenience store buying some snacks. She says she came back early for me who did the physical work of putting the tent up. I'm thirsty. I take a sip of the juice Jenny got. How thoughtful of you. That embarrasses her.
それくらいはね、するよ。
She takes a sip too. She moves sluggishly. I'm sure she's exhausted too. She doesn't say anything, but she's been driving since this morning. She doesn't have that much stamina. I'm sure she is more exhausted than I am. I want to tell her how thankful I am of her for everything she did today, but I can't think of any good words. I mean, what you just said now was actually pretty good, so you could put those words to use. I'll look up at the sky. The sky is dark and I see the stars. People often say there's no stars in Tokyo, but that's only in the big cities like Shinjuku. Where I live, I can't see as many stars as here, but I can see some bright ones. At least I don't find too much of a difference from the sky in Nagoya and my hometown. I probably wouldn't notice if the sky in my hometown was switched to the one from Nagoya. Looking at the night sky like this is something I can only do when I'm on a trip. I don't know too much about constellations, but I used to look at the night sky when I was little. And I used to think it's aliens who are flying around and not stars. It brings back a lot of memories. I used to play a lot with Chiani back then.
なんか、そわそわしない?
What does?
私たち受験生だし、みんな家の事情もあるし、しなくちゃいけないこといっぱいあるはずじゃない? 忙しいとなんとも思わないけど、こう、静かなところでぼーっとしちゃうと、ちょっと焦るよね。
You worry too much.
鹿之助はそう思わないの?
Not at all. I've already become defiant.
私、心に余裕が足りないのかな。
I can understand your thoughts. It may be just that I am too carefree.
そうかな。
But at this point, there really isn't too much we can do. It's like skipping school. At first, you get restless, but after a while, you kind of get used to it.
私は学校サボったことないもん。
Maybe you should have. Then you don't know how to enjoy yourself at a time like this. Well, you skipped a whole year due to some circumstances, so you can't say no. Gee.
そうなのかしら。
You work too hard. You need to learn to chill out a little. You've been a student too long.
4年目って言うな。
But that's the truth.
ま、いろいろあったからね。
She laughs a little. I don't mean anything bad.
わかってるよ。
She stretches.
でも、不思議だな。
What is?
私たち幼馴染で、子供の頃からずっと一緒で、それぞれいろいろあったけど、結局今も一緒だもの。しかも名古屋くんだりまで来て。
That's right.
変わり映えしないね。これから10年後はどうしてるのかな。案外変わってないのかな。鹿之助は結婚してお父さんとかになってるかな。
I doubt it.
返事が早いよ。
I just can't picture myself in that position. How about you? Do you want to get married?
ないこともないけど。
Really?
でも想像はできないな、やっぱり。
She laughs. See, I hope I'll still be alive by then. Without accidents or illnesses. I hope I'm healthy.
鹿之助って、時々すごく年寄りっぽいこと言うよね。
That's because I am one. She looks at me. About maybe 40 years away. 30 years, 20 years. Maybe 10 actually years. People are considered old by everyone on the internet. And they almost hit 40. She looks at me. Do you think?
そうよ。
I don't think so. When I wrap my eyes and yawn?
そろそろ寝る？
Yeah.
じゃあテントに戻るね。明日のライブ、頑張ろうね。
Sure. When she tries to get out the car, we hear the voice.
なんか変なとこに登ってる。
Looking at the aliens, Kirari yells at us. Kira, Kira. I see posters all over the wall which simply say, Music Farm 10th Anniversary Commemorative Live Concert. I've wondered if I'm stupid to think putting the posters on the side on the day of the event doesn't mean anything. On the other wall, I see enlarged pictures of the events held at this place. I understand this one. Each photo represents a part of the history of this theater. Each photo represents a band, and some of them landed a record deal and they're still going strong. The owner points at the pictures and gives me details, but I regret to say I don't know the band. Even so, I'm thankful to the owner of this place called Music Farm. He didn't have to let us play when he found out I was a boy dressed up as a girl, but he decided to follow through on our deal, even though he added some restrictions, like a pirate he is. Also takes a karate. He paid for the gas and an express toll, and there's no quota to fill, and he even pays us depending on the ticket sales. He didn't change any of the details. Oh, got paid. We did advertise a little on the internet, but I don't think too many would come for us anyway. But besides that point, this is really generous for an experienced new band like us, or even any regular band. This showed me how much he cared about this gag. It wasn't about the ticket sales, but he wanted to make it in his taste. Because he decided to let us play, we had to meet his expectations. Our rehearsal is the last one under schedule today, but we got there too early, and we were the first one to get there. I think we're too enthusiastic about our third live show, but it's better than being late. But there's nothing to do. We've set up the instruments already, and our idol when our bands come in. They tell us they saw our costumes in the videos on the internet. They can't believe it when I tell them our school is a real Christian school.
このベースデラすごいな。オーナーが言っとった噂の伝説のベースってこれなのかい？
Someone asks me as I tone my bass guitar. It makes me feel uncomfortable that you know about that, but I go along with it anyway, trying not to disappoint them. It makes them really happy and I feel even guiltier about that. Anyway, more bands are coming into the venue, but it seems like they are all visual bands or punk bands or mixes of those two. Donia said once, the bands in Nagoya are all punk and visual. I wonder if he was right. Kinda doubt about the visual, can't see them. Oh, the bands, that is, the other bands, except for the Star Generation. Then again, Star Generation. We can only see Yagihara and Tonaya from Star Generation and nobody else. Not the group. Anyways, and I realize once again the greatness of Star Generation! A girl who is a vocal in one of the bands talks to me in a very friendly way. For a moment, I think she fell in love with me at first sight, but apparently that's not it.
うちら昨年にスタージェネレーションのライブ見とって今のバンド組んだんです。
So she's only curious about us as a fan of Star Generation because Star Generation is backing up. I couldn't care less about that, but I'm worried of how she thinks we're such a great band.
ほとんどのパンクバンドはヤンキーのファッション活動だし、ほとんどのビジュアルバンドはオタクのファッション活動だで、ちゃんとしたパンクをやるパンクバンド楽しみです。健太さん、直伝の本物を見せたってください。
Her eyes are sparkling. But you saw the video of our live on the internet, didn't you? I don't know what you think of it, but that's our best.
私、パソコン持っとらんかったもんで、動画見れんかったんです。でもスタジオに誘われて、ああいうステージに立っとるなんてデラすごい。演奏も楽しみにしてますよ。
I shake your hand, moved by your support, but I'm worried we might let them down. Don't you understand what our fresh and awkward behavior means? This must be the power of Star Generation! I suppose I'm not the only one who feels a strange anxiety.
どうしよう。私たちなんだか妙に注目されてるみたいだよ。
Chiani came close to me and whispered in my ear. I'm sure someone must have seen the video, but do they think we are okay? I answered as I felt troubled.
その辺はよくわからないけど。
Chiani looks nervously at Karate, who is talking to our band's members. Her face is red and she looks embarrassed as she talks to them. I heard people in Nagoya are unfriendly, but what is this welcoming mood? It makes me feel more nervous as I look at them. Should we apologize beforehand? Maybe we should tell them we are complete amateurs.
そうしたいところだけど、きっと無理ね。謙遜だと思われちゃう。
Jenny shook her head. Then we need to give a great performance. I'm not sure if our techniques are good enough to meet your expectations. I sighed.
そうね。でも先入観のせいで実際大したことなくてもいいもののような気になっちゃうこともあるよ。その辺を狙っていこうよ。とにかく自信満々でやってすごいいいものを演奏してるような雰囲気を醸し出すことができれば。
I see. It's an illusion. It must be important. But we have to trick ourselves in order to do that. We have to believe we are real punk rockers so we can naturally play a great show.
なるほど。トノヤ君がよく言ってるやつね。演奏前は思い込みが大事だって。でもこんな状況でできるのかしら。
Well, I remember seeing a bookstore just around the corner. Should I go get a book on hypnotism? We should hypnotize ourselves.
あ、 いいかも。それにお客さんに対しても使えるかもしれないし。とにかく急に演奏が上手くなったりはしないんだから、何か勘違いさせる方法を考えないと。
This negative talk only increases the pressure. It's not because of the nervousness, but I feel the urgency to go to the restroom right before the rehearsal. Thought maybe I should wait until I finish the rehearsal, but I wanted to rehearse without feeling urgency in any way. Besides, I don't think I can hold it any longer. I feel a dangerous sign from around my bladder. I leave the venue after excusing myself. I barely managed to find the restroom at the end of the confusing hallway. Relatable. There, I found a preceding visitor. He's peeing. Cool. I take up the position next to him. I sag and feel relieved. I take a look at him. His hair is set perfectly, like a male escort. His eyebrows are straight as if drawn on with a ruler. He has pale skin. He looks like a performer. Is he in one of the bands playing tonight? Am I supposed to say hi regardless of our situation now, since we'll be playing on the same stage tonight? But I have no idea about how close I should feel towards the other bands who are playing tonight. There were no relationships like this in my everyday life before. Sees me acting strange and our eyes meet. The other guy jumps back with surprise.
お前何やってるだ。ここが男子便所だがや。
Alright. I don't understand for a second. I feel lost, and then I notice. I'm dressed as a girl. And it's not some stage costume. I'm wearing real woman's clothing. I completely forgot about it since other band members talk to me naturally. But I'm sure if you saw me like this in a men's restroom, you'd be surprised too. This.
その声。おお。
He sounds high-pitched with shock. Then he clears his throat.
なるほど。つまりお前は女装をしている男というわけか。
He's being very polite all of a sudden. Yes, that's right. I'm from Tokyo and my band is B Letra. I tried to introduce myself, but he doesn't hear me out.
それは衣装か。
No, it's not. That's just my everyday outfits under certain circumstances, but...
なんだ変態か。オーナーが呼んだゲストってのはお前らのことか。
Despite spits out the words, not waiting for my explanation.
わざわざ東京からこんな変態呼んだのか。
Thus himself as he puts away his stink in his pants.
どけ。
Okay. He leaves the restroom. I couldn't get a word in sideways. I understand someone might feel that way about me, but was it necessary to put me down this bad? A pervert. I thought myself that way many times, but it hurts me when someone actually said it to my face. Thanks, get out. I thank you so fucking much. And the music cafe owner. I feel bad about what happened as I returned, and I see the man in the restroom talking to a PA guy. And now he's one of the performers tonight. I asked the owner about him. His name is Akira Yashira. He's the vocalist of the band called Panic, and they're performing at the end of the show tonight. He's supposedly famous around here, and he helps to picket sales. Then the owner introduces us formally, but Yashira-san doesn't even look at me. I guess he must be very upset. Get another real girl! God damn it, another fucking creep! I'm not doing this as a joke, as I'm sure he would understand if he just lets me explain! However, he rejects me completely, so it's impossible to do so. How unfortunate. And then, Yashiro-san comes to check up on us.
何ですかこれ。コミックバンドじゃないですか。イベントの趣旨に合わないでしょう。
そんなことないて。演奏はデラすげえもん持っとる。
そうですか。それだったらいいんですけどね。
Yashira-san doesn't sound convinced. He walks off to the stage to rehearse. The way he walked showed how much he was frustrated. The members looked surprised to be treated like that. Wow, why are you guys surprised? She forced my team to dress up into this! I told them what happened in the restroom just a minute ago.
それはショッキングな出会いだったんでしょうね。
Chiani frowns.
こんな女の子がいきなり入ってきたらびっくりするよね。
Yeah, glad to know that you're happy about it. Glad you're slapping your head off.
私たちもうかつでした。すっかり前島さんがその格好でいるのに馴染んでしまってて、そこまで気が回らなくて。
Yeah, just keep on bringing on the excuses. Kashiwara is worried about me, but I can't feel good about them getting used to seeing me dressed up as a girl.
まあでも、たとえそのトイレの件がなくともそう思われてたかもね。だって第三者から見て、あんたがこんなリハーサルの時から当たり前のように女装してる意味わかんないもん。そりゃ変なバンドが来たなって思うよ。
Chiani is on the money. She's right. I can't say anything because it's true. But I think we're careless, even so. I must have misunderstood the whole situation when people were so nice to us. But if we acted like we were showing off, then people other than Yashira-san might feel unpleasant too. I'm sure people other than Yashira-san don't see anything about it, but they may be feeling unpleasant. We only have one solution to convince them now. We have to put on a great performance and show them what we can do. That's assuming we have the skill, but we won't know that until we try it. I feel like we've been forced to go along with this.
大丈夫。普段やってることをやればいいだけだよ。
I guess, but would it be okay?
いいんだよ。本番で失敗する人は大抵普段できないことをやろうとするんだよ。結局普段の練習以上のものを急にやるのは無理なんだから、できることを全部やって、それでダメだったら結果を素直に受け入れよ。
Karate giggles?
覚えてる？これシカ君が前に言った言葉だよ。私誰かにこれ言ってみたかったんだ。
And so our pressure builds as our performance comes up. We're bored and scared. We don't think we can be satisfied with our performance at the end. And expectations of us are high. Too high. But as a result, it turns out to be a huge success. Hey! I feel extremely nervous before the lights come on. I have a hard time getting my instrument ready. But that lasts only until the spotlights turned on. As the lights come on, I hear cheers from the back of the audience. How can I describe my feelings of joy and surprise when I realize there are people who came to see us? It makes me happy and I wave. Hey, the boner chugs are here. Rough voices answer me. What is this strange popularity I have? It feels strange. The other members smirk at me. This makes me feel relaxed. I feel fine after we start to play. The tension is actually beneficial now. It makes me alert and focused, so that I can concentrate on playing. It's much easier to concentrate like this on stage. Nagihara-san once said the spotlight is like magic, and I agree. And it has no effect. And it has an effect on the results as well. It's impossible to listen to our performance objectively, but I think we didn't make any mistakes. And while I'm not sure if we meet the expectations of others, the reaction of the audience isn't bad at all. I feel relieved. Besides, I'm the type of a guy who complains beforehand, but able to perform when needed. Of course, I can only see that now after it's all over. Kirari is covered with sweat as she receives cheers and gazes of the audience in front of us. She's dazzling in the spotlight at the end of our performance.
ありがとう。シャチホコ大好き。きしめん大好き。名古屋大好き。
I gaze at Garai's back as she's waving her right hand at the audience after the song. I'm filled with deep emotions and feel like a real musician. I feel content from accomplishing the job. I also feel dead tired. I take off all of my costume and put the towel around my neck. I'm sitting on a chair when Karate takes a photo of me.
すっごいセクシーショット撮れちゃった。本当に女の子が半裸になってるみたいだよ。
Neat. She shows me the picture. The important parts are covered with towel and the costume, but I'm showing a lot of skin and have a languid expression on my face. Daddy asks me if I can upload this photo, and I agree because I'm really tired.
これで全国の前島しかこちゃんファンは鼻血ブーだね。
Okay, good. Nice to know. I don't really hear her, I'm just so tired. The audience thought we were great, so I figured we were the greatest band of the day, but I guess it's not that easy. The band that played after us did a great job as well. Maybe the audience was really special today since it was a commemorative event? I was worried about the owner's mood, but he seems to be satisfied.
来てもらってよかったて。機会があったらまた演奏してちょ。
We feel relieved to be able to satisfy the owner. Looks like we cleared the first hurdle. And one more thing, I guess a lot more logical, local people than we imagined came to see us after seeing us on the internet.
君らすっごいな。このバンド、でらすごいことになっちゃうんじゃないか？
He gets excited as he counts the numbers. Because everything went so well, we feel bewildered, like you could look at each other rather than feeling happy about it. We have an after party with the bands that play today. Because it's their first time in Nagoya, they take us to a restaurant famous for cheap and good chicken wings. They sit at 3 different tables. They congratulate each other and they start talking about Star Generation! I tell them Yagihara-san is a really nice and kind guy, which surprises everybody. I guess he thought Yagihara-san is a really violent guy like a mad dog? A scary artist type of a guy? Maybe he pretends to be like that when he talks to the media? But I don't understand the inner dad since I met him before I knew anything about him. He told me about the past exploits of Star Generation! I guess he were doing some radical stuff. They set fire on the stage to run him out the theater, talk bad about the bands that they don't like, etc. Well, they used to get more comments about their behavior than about their music. That's different now, of course. From what I gather, people started to talk about their music as well when Tono Yarakanta joined the band 2 years ago. Oh, so you performed for them a little bit later, huh? The reason why Tony is popular second to Yagihara-san is Star Generation is apparently because of his participation in production of music as well as his technique.
あの健太って人だけはようわからん。露出もしないし、出てきた最初からデラうまかったし。それまで何しとったんだろう。
True. The guy at my table is talking about Tonya. It seems he doesn't even realize Tonya was a student in my class. Well, even still, it's either he loved to practice anything regarding the music or he did something that he's so great at doing what he does. Other than that, it's surprising to know there used to be an extreme band like that. I have more respect for Star Generation than for most bands in Tokyo. At least people in this after party are more violent than Yagihara-san. Got someone trying to feed someone a cake with ketchup on it over there and trying to make someone drink very strong drink and stuff. Where does this gap come from? Does it mean Yagihara-san and the others settled down a little? Or were they doing that as an act to make people notice them? If they were doing it to be noticed, they probably said something I shouldn't have said. Like how he is a really nice and kind guy. Should I have said something like he eats 5 hamsters for his snack? I'm not sure what to say, so I keep quiet about them, dodging the questions I get. The time passes by and everybody gets drunk. The conversation gets deeper. At my table, they were talking about love relationships in indie bands in the Nagoya area. They were talking about who's dating whom, who slept with whom, stuff like that. Unfortunately, I don't recognize any of the names in that conversation because I don't live in the area. I listen to stimulating words anyway, thinking this is an erotic conversation. Okay. I've warned of this breaking up and going out kind of stuff is an everyday thing among bands in Tokyo as well. I reflect that Murakami and I are really healthy and innocent. It feels like the guys in bands are living in a whole different world and that they are much more adult than we are when we talk together. They're actually a little older than us, but they seem much older than that. But our relationship isn't really like that. In fact, Murakami and I are not cool at all compared to popular guys in our class. My head feels really hot from the alcohol and the contents of the conversation, so I decided I can keep my distance from the conversation. I look at the table next to me. All the girls are sitting at the table now. That's Kashiwara and Shinny, and they're talking about the difference between Nagoya and Tokyo.
名古屋では模試を練りって言うって聞いたんですけど、本当なんですか？
I'll Google it, see if I can find anything. If not, I'll make a cut. Yeah, I can't find anything on Google. So let's continue anyway. Shinny is asking a weird question. And I see a reporter from the local indie magazine that was covering the event tonight at the party's table. I've never seen a reporter for a magazine in my life before. But she's wearing a suit and looks like a serious business lady. She looks different than most women in the band scene. Maybe she's had too much to drink because her cheeks are flushed. And where did Kirari go? I can't find her. I look around and find her cleaning the tables with her headpiece and wobbly hands. I really guess so much went home. She had too much to drink and she's thinking she's on their shift at work. But why does she start working when she drinks? I've heard of a condition reflex, but she wants to work when she drinks. And why is she drinking and working all the time? Maybe, but I also think it's because of constantly taking care of people back at her home. And well, still working at the restaurant, and she's kind of frying out thanks to alcohol. I guess maybe I should watch her closely next time we work.
あなたにも取材していいですか？
Who, me? I turn around, the sound talks to me. I find the reporter by my side looking at me. An interview?
ええ、他の人たちにはもうお話を聞いたんで、あなたにも聞こうかと。
She seems to be drunk. Can she work like this?
私の担当はウェブなんですけど、今回かなりスペースが余ってるんです。結構大きく載せられると思いますけど、どうかしら。ちょっと質問に答えてくれます？
Sure, go ahead. But are we interesting enough?
いいですとも。このバンドきっといいとこ行きますよ。私もライブ見てたんですけど、すごく良かったです。
You are very good at flattery?
いや、そんなことないですよ。じゃあ質問に入りますけど、いいですか？
Yes, go ahead.
このバンドを結成してまだ日が浅いと聞いたんですが、やっぱり普通じゃないくらいたくさん練習してたんですか？
The reporter stares at me. I feel embarrassed to be asked like this. But I'm a punk rocker now, so I can't flinch. Murakami once said the relationship between musicians and the media is important. I needed to appeal my punk soul to the public with a punk rocker kind of answer. So what should I say? Oh my god, are you gonna give me options? Oh yes, you do. No, anyways, aren't there options? Nah. This looks like an amazing option. I practiced so much that it impacted my everyday life.
影響って
I practiced so much I didn't eat or sleep well. I didn't attend my relative's funeral. I from malnutrition, but I took my instruments to the hospital bed. My school teacher told me he would expel me from school if I didn't quit playing. But he understood me when he heard me play.
なるほど。やっぱり素晴らしいバンドにはそれなりのドラマが。
I didn't think he was gonna go so fucking far by his explanations, but alright. Well, it's all lies.
え？
What? They are all lies. It can't be true. I'm not going to tell the truth. Fuck it.
嘘はやめてください。
The reporter frowns. It's probably the punk way to provoke her even more, but Tony also said to apologize when they get mad. I'm sorry. I'll be serious. I'll tell her about the training Tonya made me do. Wait, this is not good, is it?
え？何がですか？
Because it's not punk, is it? I would just write like how my attitude was at first, like I didn't even practice well. I played as a joke, but it turned out people liked it or something like that. But I comment like, I think it's stupid to practice seriously.
それ、読者のかなりの数を敵に回しますよ。
Don't you think being hated is what being a punk rocker is all about?
そういうものかしら。
What do you think?
でも、健太さんがそんなことさせたのは記事としては面白いです。やっぱりそれを使っていいですか？
Sure. Oh, but don't write Tony goes to my school.
わかってます。プライベートのあたりは伏せておきます。
You better. Good.
それじゃあもう一つ質問いいですか？
Yes, sure. Then the reporter pulls herself together again and asks a question.
あなたたちのバンドはいわばシンデレラバンドとでもいうような感じで一躍注目を浴びることとなったわけですが、その感想はありますか？
I don't think we've been noticed that much.
でもそこそこは浴びてますよ。
But it's not like Cinderella.
そうですが、こういうのは大げさに書いた方がいいんです。どうせよっぽど詳しい人じゃなきゃ、へえそうなんだって信じてくれますから。まあとにかくスタジェネの知り合いだってことでポットでなのにチヤホヤされてるじゃないですか。こういうのってどう思います？
I think you just told me how you feel about it. Well, here comes the next question. She got angry, but my last answer was pretty punk, I think. Need to keep answering like a punker. My answer is... well, this is tough. I don't know, it could be scary being in a band and performing live. On a personal level. And I couldn't exactly say it's easy. There's a lot of people, it causes a lot of stress. I wish this was being in a band is so fun. I'll go with perception. A real punker would see something like this. Being in a band is so easy.
ちょろい？
Yes, it's really easy.
それはまた大きく出ましたね。
It is, yeah. Think about it. We're amateurs, yet we were invited to Notpaya, and you're interviewing with me. It's really easy.
確かにあなたたちはだいぶ恵まれてると思いますけど、みんながみんなってわけじゃないですよ。
Yeah. Did I offend you? I apologize if I did. I'm not talking bad about the band industry or anything. I'm just talking about the truth. The world is full of shit. I'm really satisfied with this punk rock square answer, but...
なんかぶっ飛ばしたい。
The reporter is grinding her teeth. Well, it was just a joke, don't you see? I hardly correct myself, I guess I don't have any balls.
そうですか？
Yes, of course, I'm sure.
そうですか。
Jesus Christ, just kill me already. The reporter was looking at me doubtfully. Well, this is all thanks to such animation! If we hadn't met them, there wouldn't have been a chance for me to get carried away like this. So, because of their power, I act modest.
なるほど。
Maybe she thinks this isn't a good idea to be in a bad mood for the rest of the interview, so she clears her throat and corrects her attitude.
あ、そういえばスタジェネと出会ったきっかけなんかを伺ってもいいですか？
Sure. And I didn't start telling her. They came as customers to the restaurant where Sheena, the vocal, and I both worked. Then I tell her what happened that day at the restaurant briefly. About me intervening in a dispute and getting knocked out. But they gave me a ticket to their show as an apology, but my first time in the theater. And that's how we met Star Generation!
数奇なものですね。
The reporter sides? Do you think so?
そうですよ。こんな体験めったにできませんよ。しかもメンバーの健太さんが同級生だったんですよね。
Yeah, that's right.
まあ本当にできすぎですよ。そんな偶然まるで何かに仕組まれたみたいですよね。こんなこと普通じゃ絶対ありえませんって。
Do you think so? But it really happened, so I can't do anything about it?
本当恵まれてますよね。
Does this reporter hate us or what?
とにかくその生まれて初めてのライブに椎野さんと2人で影響を受けてバンドを始めたと、そういうわけなんですね。
Well, sure, I guess. I don't want to admit being influenced because it sounds like I'm easily influenced by everything, but it's actually true, so I can't say anything. I nod quietly. I tell her what happened with Star Generation after we started the band. I practiced in different ways under Tonia's instructions. Egahara-san came to see our performance at school festival and he actually liked us, and that's how we ended up here. So everything started from meeting with Tonya and everybody else. I'm not joking, I really feel that way. I can say for sure that we wouldn't be here if it hadn't been for Tonya's guidance and help from Yagihara-san.
でもこんなにすごい人たちに目をかけてもらえるなんてただの偶然じゃないですよ。
The reporter is in a good mood again. And she keeps asking me questions and I answer them honestly. I guess she's heard that what Yagihara-san was saying about us, and she asks me about that too. Is my bass guitar a memento of the legend or not? What's Karate Survivor of Plane Crash tonight? The Chinese little down yeah. I don't like every question, and it will be a boring story, but I can't do anything since it's the truth.
なんだかそこにはドラマがなかったんですね。
The reporter sounds a little dissatisfied. Hell, the reality is nothing exciting.
そうですよね。ほんと現実はしけてますよね。まったくどうしてこうなんだろう。
She finishes the rest of a glass of beer next to her with a bitter face. And what if she's under a lot of stress? So the after party goes on, but I've had my mind on that Yashiro guy from the beginning of the party and why he's not coming. His band, Panic, is an important part of tonight's event, and our band members are at the party, so it seems unnatural not to see him here. Is it our fault? I don't want to be feeling guilty about it, but I can't let go of the hostile feeling I felt during the rehearsal. I asked the guy drinking next to me.
あいつは一匹狼だで。リハーサルの時は気を悪くさせてまってすまんね。気に入らん相手にはいつもああだで。プライドが高えでかんわ。
A piece of shit. I guess nobody really likes Yashiro-san.
バンドメンバーもえらい変わるし、あの性格直さんと長続きせんでかんわな。それより時々出るあのきっつい訛り、どこの出身なんだろう。
Everybody laughs at him. Then they start to talk about Yashiro-san for a while, but it seems nobody likes him much. I hear he has too much ego and doesn't get along with others. He makes troubles with our bands often, so they say I shouldn't care about what he said to us. Everybody had a hard time dealing with him because he's a welcome guest at music cafes, since his band has a lot of fans.
ルックスがええもん。なんて言ったって結局バンドは顔だて。
The guitarist spits it out. Everybody suffers from relationships.
八代さんもルックスいいけんどさ、あんたらのバンドもなかなかだって。綺麗な子揃っとるに。それにあんたもこうして近くで見とると時々女に見える時あるね。
No, Not really.
もしかしたらあんたがおるもんで今日は呼ばれたのかもね。
Besides, what do you mean because of me?
ああ、オーナーの北川さん。
The other guy nods. Kitagawa, is that his name?
いや、オーナーのあだ名。あの人ゲイって噂があるんだて。だから北川さんって言うんだて。なんでそういうのかは教えないけど、とにかく美少年が好きなんだって。今日の出演バンドも顔の可愛い男が結構おるし、あんたみたいな女装少年は完全にストライクど真ん中だって。
Okay. But the other said he thought I was a girl at first.
いや、それはまあ見間違えることももしかしたらあるかもしれんけど、でもあの人だったらそう思っとった方が自然だでね。
Or assume. Well, gay, you said. Then I remembered how he looked at me when I showed him my costume and girl's clothes and the chill runs down my back.
君なんかされんかった？
I remember he told me he has a place to stay for me alone if we didn't have anywhere to spend the night. Oh. I declined his offer, but the Alex claimants start to say different things.
それ狙っとるって。
Oh my god. They start talking about me. It is apparently a famous technique of Mr. Kitagawa. He led a few male musicians to the Forbidden Flower Garden with his technique. I suppose I had a narrow escape from death.
命拾いしたな。いや損したんかな。北川さんのはデラすっごいって評判だでよ。味わうのも良かったかもな。
He makes a scary comment as he laughs. I've been saved by a hair. I feel a cold sweat.
あー、気持ち悪いよ。
How was your shift? Kirari. Kirari's face is so twisted with pain. She can't stand up alone because she had too much to drink. She's being supported by Chiani, who isn't drunk, and Kashiwaro, who didn't have anything to drink tonight. You drink too much.
あんたも相当よ。足元がおぼつかないじゃない。
Well, I guess I am drunk a little. I can still walk. Gosh, I'm hot. Can I take off my wig?
ダメ。
Damn it. How about my boobs?
ダメだって。これ約束でしょ？
That's alright. He won't find out. He told me the owner might be lying in the first place. He called us knowing I'm a man. I told them about the story of him being gay. So I think he lied, saying he thought I was a girl that taken advantage of us. I think the possibility is high. How can you mistake me for a girl anyway?
ダメ。そんなの噂の域を出てないじゃない。それに、嘘だろうがなんだろうが、約束したのは事実なんだから、ちゃんと守んないと良くないと思うよ。条件飲むって即答した時はかっこよかったのに、後でごちゃごちゃ言うなんてな。
I usually keep my promises, but I don't know about this. I don't know about this time. You can see that because you don't know how hard it is for a normal man to live dressed as a girl. I guess not many people can understand the situation. I didn't even want to find out, but I really feel discouraged. I fixed the strap on my bra on my shoulder. It's really itchy. Girls don't mind things like this. Hey, Kashiwara, you look like you have sensitive skin. Doesn't it irritate you at all? Like your shoulder and either your boobs? I ask.
いや、
Isn't it worse in the summertime when you sweat? Doesn't it affect your body at all? Your boobs are especially huge. Kashiwara blushes and turns the hair away.
こら、酔っ払い。セクハラすんな。
Chiani kicks me, ow. Well, it was a plain question. I can't ask this kind of question to a man, can I? We're heading back to our hovel. Chiani can't drive like this, so we're walking instead. We decided to go get liquor Murakami wagon tomorrow at the parking lot of the theater. It's all the same if you are in Nagoya or Tokyo once you get drunk. The details of the scene melt together and spin around you.
名古屋でライブをして盛り上がったら本物なんだそうですよ。有名なミュージシャンが何人かそう言ってるんですって。さっきそう教わりました。
Vivid neon signs shine in Kashiwara's face. Is that so? But don't you think our performance was pretty good?
そうですね。
Does that mean we are real musicians?
そうみたいです。
Kashiwara smiles happily?
そういえば、ねえみんな。次はどうする？
I had enough of it today. I want to go home and sleep.
誰が居酒屋に行くって言ってんのよ。これからの私たちの予定だよ。もう特に出演予定はないから、いよいよお待ちかねの路上ライブツアーになると思うんだけどさ、どの町に行こうか。鹿之助、あんたなんか希望ある？
We don't have any more gigs, so from now on, it'll be the street live tour you've been waiting for. What city should we go? Shikanotsuke, do you have any request? Let's see. Oh, wait, that's... wait. She was still speaking then? Well then, let's see. Maybe we should stay here a little longer, since we came all the way to Nagoya. But on the other hand, we only have a limited amount of time. I wanted to see different places as well. But if she asks me where I want to go exactly, I can't decide if it's okay to go whatever. That's my honest feeling.
ストリートライブをするってことなら、京都とか大阪とか、人が多いところが候補に上がると思うけど、岐阜だとかにも路上ライブするくらいの場所ならあるだろうし。
Then Jenny lists well-known cities around here. Is it so hard to pick when there is no standard or limitation?
好きなことを好きなようにするというのもなかなか難しいものなんですね。
It sounds sentimental when Kashiwara says it, because she could never do what she wanted to do in the way she wanted to do it. Well, the essence of freedom is fear. I saw what I heard somewhere before. But freedom means this earth and the sky we see are all ours. Don't you think that it's the most wonderful thing in the world?
何からにもなくポジティブに表現してみてるのよ。
No, I just wanted to say that.
たくもう酔っ払ってるんだから。それよりさ、鹿之助、ちょっと変わってくれる？
Take over what?
キラリを担ぐの。私電話しなくちゃ。八木原さんからライブ終わったら報告の電話してって言われてたんだった。いいでしょ？
Sure, that's okay.
だいたい、どうして男のあなたが普通に歩いてて、か弱い女の子2人で支えてるのよ。
I was helping her out at first, but they said the way I touched Drunken Kirai's body and how I look at her was too erotic, they didn't let me help. I wanted to remind them, but I think it'll backfire at me. I think they do remember and get mad at me all over again. But I wasn't touching her perversely though. I think the reason was that I was drunk and had a drowsy look, or my hand was clumsy or something like that. That's what I think, at least for now. You better? Anyways, Beichini's commanded and supported Kirari's arm. Kirari says something under her breath, but I can't make it out. At least more than half of her is in her dream world for sure. Jenny turns to us happily after the phone conversation.
次は大阪よ。
What? Osaka? Is it decided?
大阪のライブハウスで出してくれそうなところがあるんだってさ。
That's so sudden?
まだはっきりとは決まってないけど、八木原さんが付き合いのあるライブハウスに連絡してくれたみたい。そしたらちょうどバンドが急に足りなくなったイベントがあったから、ブッキングの係の人が会ってくれるんだって。 大阪では結構有名なライブハウスみたいだよ。
Famous is good, but did it tell me the details? I wonder if they think I'm a girl, like what happened here.
八木原さんが話した時にメンバーについて簡単に喋ったって言ってたから大丈夫だと思う。
Right. That's good then?
あんなこと何度もないわよ。
I'm sure, but Yagihara-san talks whatever. And, we're going to Osaka next.
なんだか残念そうですね。
Kashiwara looks at me. No, it's like you feel scared if you don't have a goal, but you feel disappointed if the goal is decided for you.
わがままなこと。
Yes, I know, but don't you understand what that feeling? No? I'm not against it at all. There's no way I'm going to be against that. It's so lucky for a band like us to be invited. We should be appreciative.
でもなんだか怖いね。トントン拍子で物事進んじゃってさ。麹島王子って言うじゃない？なんかいきなり悪いことが起きそうじゃない？
Shinny, you worry too much. There are more examples of success stories like growing up in a miserable environment and becoming a huge movie star, and the movie becoming $1 million hit or something like that. What we have is like a middle-class success compared to that. We can't be a huge star if we get scared like this.
実際小市民なんだから仕方ないでしょうが。それにあんまり大きな幸運なんか疲れるからいらないのよ。ラッキーもアンラッキーも小さいので十分。
It doesn't sound like what the young woman of the punk rock band would say.
そうかな。でもそういうあんたはどんなロックな考えがあるっていうのよ。
Well, like conquest of the world?
何言ってんのよ。
Yeah. Then I'll make it a little bit smaller and sing Conquest of Japan.
あんまり変わらないわ。
No, I did play in every city in Japan, taking my instrument with me. I would have a house from a family, and you'd be a vagabond punk rocker.
それスナフみたいですね。
The fuck is Snufkin? Oh, but the character wanders the world of fishing, and he plays harmonica. Okay. Kashiwara laughs. Yeah, kind of like that. I live in a tent, play music, and fish.
でもスナフ君はパンクスではないと思う。
Gianni looks at me bitterly. But I think the way he lives is how punk rockers should be. Did you know that he is the kind of man who doesn't like to be told anything? So he pulls out the warning signs at the park. Oh, he's so cool. I know! Maybe I won't even go home anymore. Snufkin never sleeps in his house.
でもさ、そうするとあんたツアーが終わるまではずっと女装しなくちゃいけないんだよ。そういう約束なんだからね。だからこのままさすらいを始めたらあんた女装パンクロッカーとして生きていくことになっちゃうよ。
I want to be a Snufkin if I dress as a girl.
でしょ？
Ginny sighs.
それにしてもよくそんなバカ話を真顔でできるわね。毎度毎度感心するわ。
Well, thank you. Oh, this is, the hollow? Yes, it is. Okay, we're here. Chin up. Wake up. I shake Kirai's shoulders.
やだよ。もう歩きたくない。部屋まで運んで。
It sounds fake compared to how she's been talking before. I step aside from where I was. Kirai stands on her feet.
もう大丈夫みたい。
Uh-huh. Kirari smiles in embarrassment. I fall asleep as soon as my head hits the pillow, but I wake up soon after feeling thirsty and hungry. I drag myself out of the hollow and look for a convenience store to get something to drink and some noodles to eat. Alright, I'm gonna end the episode here. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in another episode real soon.